There were 3 hearts and 6 legs and 6 arms. There was a lot of moving parts in there, literally speaking. I remember telling Matt, I don't think something's right. Miller, baby B, her water broke, just one baby. At 28 weeks, I was admitted to the Women's Hospital in Tupelo, which is where the triplets were eventually born.
I'm throwing a gown on and a cap and all that stuff as I'm walking through the hospital. So it was a very bizarre moment for me.
And that's when things kind of shifted in gear.
When you deliver a preemie, I mean, they take them away because they're trying to save their life. And so I didn't even see Miller right away. So we didn't even know in the immediate moment that she had any complications going on. I see Ellis for just this, as they're wheeling her out of the room, they're like, hey, sit down, your son's about to be born. I see Brooks come out, and then I see him for maybe 30 seconds. I think I was in the delivery room for maybe 60 seconds. And then I walk out into the hallway, and that's when really our journey kind of really gets into overdrive with Miller, and they start going through what happened with her leg.
When her water broke, her amniotic sac constricted and those bands wrapped around the lower part of her leg, the same way that when you take a rubber band or string and wrap it around your finger and see it starts to turn purple.
It's bad, and you can see the wound, and it's terrifying. I mean, this baby is as small as you can imagine. And so in my head, I'm going, oh my gosh, like they're talking about amputation, and we don't even know if she's gonna make it. It was terrifying, and they didn't really even know how to treat that because they'd never seen it before. For the dad, you're supposed to be tough and in order to get through it, and then you gotta go back and explain all of this to your partner. And I'm looking at my wife like, how do I tell her daughter may not make it? Or we may have to amputate a 2-pound, 14-ounce baby's leg. And I can barely accept that reality. After quickly meeting with the doctors on the game plan, it was pretty evident that they wanted to move her to Le Bonheur. We arrive at Le Bonheur NICU, they get her up in her room. It was pretty intense. That's when Dr. Kelly came by, the pediatric orthopedic surgeon, and it was basically laid out to me, he is gonna come in and decide if we have to amputate her leg or not. He kind of checked the box of, hey, we don't have to amputate right away, but at this moment in time, we don't expect to leave. We'll be here for the long term, and one of the social workers comes in. She says, we have this great place called the FedEx Family House. And we go over there, and what an incredible place. My favorite memory was taking our eldest there for the first time. It was the first moment of true joy I experienced, was checking him and them handing Finley this big box of toys. Because there's no normalcy for a 4-year-old, but toys can be very normal. So in her mind, we were doing something fun. In the meantime, we're just trying to survive this whole thing, and we're separated and all that. So it was incredible.
For our situation in particular, the overwhelming nature of it was such a basic survival need, where it's 3 or 4 hours of hard sleep, and then I knew I could go downstairs and grab a granola bar and a banana and a cup of coffee, and I could take the shuttle and be back at the hospital for the rest of the day.
There's other families there that I think you just, in passing, you talk to them, and it's almost its own family. So anybody I've ever met that stayed there at the FedEx Family House, I'm like, I see you. I don't know what you went through, but we did it together in some capacity. So it was always home for us up there.
In 5 years, there have been a lot of things that have changed for us, and I cannot articulate well enough the impact that Dr. Kelly has had on her life, to the extent that whenever she draws family pictures, this is true, whenever she draws family pictures, she draws Dr. Kelly too.
I try not to take for granted the 6 of us being together. It's out sounding too cliche, like every day is a little bit of a dream fulfilled, but I just want them to grow up and be happy, and to see Miller be able to walk pretty much normally is beyond my wildest dreams.
Ellis and Miller. In the beginning, our dreams were just that they would breathe, they would live, but Miller wants to be a ballerina, so we'll have to see if we can make that happen.
Between Le Bonheur in the FedEx Family House. There's just a lot of love there, and I'm incredibly grateful for all of them and what they continue to provide. I would say whatever that you can do, whether that's through financial resources, time, energy, corporate sponsorships, whatever it is, introductions, the more people that we can get involved with FedEx Family House, the more people we can help in the long run. There's a lot of families that are saying there right now that could use more help, and they'll continue to need more help throughout the coming years. And there's just nothing I can say more than we need you, and we continue to need your help in any possible way.